Hi again everyone, this is Mr. On. In this tutorial video, I'll go through this assessment, basically like worksheet assessment material on states of method. So jumping straight on onto question 1, since this is like extension of your previous work, I'll go a bit faster, yeah? So a liquid is changed into a gaseous state, meaning liquid to gas. Here is where you increase in the amount of your kinetic energy and your particles move further apart. There's a result of boiling. Right, the melting point of ice is where you go from solid to liquid in your heating curve. But you should know that this is also equal. This is also equal to something similar in the when I say equal, you also have the liquid to solid in the cooling curve. That is actually your freezing. And this is actually your melting. So what we say is the melting point where this process happen is the same as the freezing point where this process happen. Okay, so it's not above, it's not lie in between, but it's actually the same as the freezing point, because solid to liquid, liquid to solid, and it's not boiling because boiling is to do with liquid to gas. Next question. Upon heating, so heating means we supply energy. So the energy that you supply in the form of heat actually get transferred into kinetic energy. So the molecules, when you are a solid, you are packed close together and you could only vibrate about your fixed position. So what happens is they will obtain the energy. When they obtain the energy, they get the kinetic energy, they'll move around faster in a more random way when they turn into a liquid, such that they are no longer vibrating about their fixed position if they become a liquid. This next question is about properties of gases. So we know that the molecules in a gas move in all directions. This is the random motion that eventually you use to explain the diffusion of gases. Yeah, so A is actually correct. All right. If I go through the rest of the options, I'll try and explain why they are not acceptable. All right. Possess means they have strong intermolecular force attraction. The fact that you need energy in order to convert solid to liquid or liquid to gas is because we are breaking the intermolecular forces of attraction. So once you become a gas, once you are already a gas, meaning to say you already overcome meaning you already break the intermolecular forces of attraction. Yeah, so it's not like you have a strong one anymore because you already use up your energy to break it. So that's why B is incorrect. Okay? Packed close together is definitely wrong for gas. Vibrate to and fro. Vibrate is to do with solid, not gases. All right. Next question. Tungsten is a metal used to make filaments for light bulbs. So in the traditional light bulb, these are non-LED, by the way. Okay, so these days we use the light emitting diode. Light emitting diode, we save energy, etc., etc. But back then you will have tungsten light bulbs. So tungsten is the metal used to make the filaments, the one that glow orangey inside the light bulb. So when the filament breaks, the light bulb stops glowing for obvious reason. When you no longer have tungsten in there, you have no filament and therefore your bulb doesn't work. That's when we say you have a burnt bulb or the bulb blows or something. Yeah. So why is tungsten used in the light bulb? So before LED, with this kind of light bulb, when it gets really hot, after you use it for some time, it gets really hot and you don't want to be touching it, and it's just on the glass on the outside. So inside, the temperature is actually very, very high. All right. So the temperature inside the light bulb gets very hot or very high because I'm talking about the temperature. Therefore, tungsten is good. And why we use tungsten is because, therefore, tungsten is good because it has very high melting point. You don't want your metal to melt, okay, you want it to remain a solid so that it can be a good filament for the light bulb. Alright, so the fact that I said just now, the tungsten must have melted. Alright, the tungsten must have melted. Melted meaning to say the tungsten is no longer a solid, right? Solid turn into liquid. Therefore, no longer it's no longer in that position, even though it's solidified later on, but it's not in the original position. Okay, therefore, no longer can be used as the filament. And this happened after you have used this kind of light bulb for a very long time. Question 5. A substance was removed from a freezer. So a freezer freezes something. So this is a solid there. And then you heat it up. So you supply energy. So you need to supply energy there. And because you are supplying heat energy, that's why the temperature slowly increases. And then here the temperature remain constant because there is the first change of state. And then it goes further because it's already a liquid. And then it become a gas right at this moment, but this is still a mixture of liquid and gases because this is the boiling point, and past the boiling point everything is a gas already. Okay, so from this graph you can tell that the boiling point is equal to 100 degrees Celsius. That's the unit given there. Okay, and then the melting point is 0 degrees Celsius. So reading the instructions, the letter V to Z represent the states of matter. Write the 5 letters. So they are not asking for S or S plus L, L plus G or G. They're asking you to use a specific letter. Alright. So starting with V for the solid. I've already given you like lines like this. So I guess we just need to label it. If I use a different color. V, W. W is solid and liquid. And then when it's entirely a liquid is X, and then Y is going to be liquid and gas, and Z is completely a gas. So Z is just that there over there. Explain what is happening, okay, to the particles. So they're not asking you state the process. No. They're asking explain happening particles. All right, at these 5 places. At V, it is entirely a solid, so all the heat energy. So the solid particles just vibrate much faster. The solid particles gain kinetic energy as temperature increases and vibrates much faster about their fixed position. So because it is still a solid, that's why we're still using the word vibrate rather than movement, because they are still closely packed together. At this stage, when you have both solid and liquid at W, so melting is occurring because melting is in the process, so it is occurring at that moment. Energy, the heat energy supplied is used to break forces of attraction between the solid particles in order for melting to be completed. Alright, so as this is happening, the temperature will remain constant because for a pure substance the melting point will be a fixed value. At liquid, when it's already entirely a liquid at X, so the liquid particles gain kinetic energy and can move more randomly. So that since they have more energy, they can move around more randomly and also faster as well. Yeah. And then at Y, so you have boiling starts to happen. So boiling is occurring. So heat energy again is used to break forces of attraction between the liquid particles. So you need to separate the liquid particles to make them so far apart, and there is the force of attraction between the particles that you need to overcome, right? And last but not least, you have the gas. So Z is already a gas. So what happened there is the gas just gain more kinetic energy as temperature further increases. Above the boiling point. There's already a gas, it doesn't turn into something else again. All right, so the substance that was heated was pure. So a pure substance would have a fixed melting point, it will have a fixed boiling point. So we say a pure substance will have a fixed value for the boiling and also melting point. This is a fixed value because it's not a curve or it's not a slope, but it's one straight line. This is the melting point, it's just 0 degrees Celsius. This is a fixed boiling point, it's 100 degrees Celsius. So both the melting and the boiling points are fixed, or you can say a pure substance will have a fixed melting and boiling point. All right, so they want you to name the substance that was heated. So previously you saw the melting point was 0 degrees Celsius and the boiling point was 100 degrees Celsius from the graph, as you are expected to read the graph. And based on that information alone, you should know that this actually represent the substance that was heated. Be very careful. This is the tricky bit, all right? So what did you heat? If you read back the original question, you take this substance from the freezer and then you heat it. So what is the substance that you heat? The substance that you heat was the substance that you removed from the freezer. That is minus 20. So you are not heating water. What you heated, the thing that you removed from the freezer, was not water. It was ice, because you took out the solid, not the liquid water. So this is all about reading questions and interpreting information. Yeah, something that you'll be expected to do in a real O level.